vez voy a subir a la montaña. Otra vez voy a abrazar la soledad. Caminando se levantan mis persianas. No voy a pensar en lo demás. A la vuelta las verdades me acompañan. Voy a evocar tu dulzura al caminar. Caminando se desarman las marañas. No voy a pensar en lo que no hay. A mí me envuelven bien las cosas como el agua. ¿Cómo voy a llorarlos esta vez? La música me alcanza. Cuando estemos juntos van a ver. Cambiemos un poco el mundo desde adentro. Cambiemos el propio rumbo para bien. Caminante, no hay camino si te engañas. No ves ese camino al andar. Tus ojos, tu paz y un vino en el bosque. Voy a evocar tu misterio ancestral. Que te extraño como un grito en la noche. No voy a llorar por lo que no hay. No voy a llorar por lo que no voy a llorar. Por lo que no voy a llorar. Por lo que no hay. No voy a llorar por lo que no voy a llorar. Por lo que no voy a llorar. Por lo que no hay. It's all about the mountains. It's all about the mountains. In the mountains, singing about the mountains.
Yeah, that's right.
So that song is called Montaña, which means mountains. I'm a bit thematica with this, like, right? But yeah, I mean, some people sing about people. I sing about the mountains.
That's the connection you have, right?
That's the connection. Yeah, I guess. Well, I wrote that song last year when I got stuck in the mountains after my visa got refused, and spending 10 months away from my husband.
That's me.
That's him. And well, I got stuck in the mountains in my hometown at my parents' place, and it was such a heartbreak. What saved me was the mountains, like I was just hiking and hiking and hiking every mountain, just walking until I get tired, and until I could stop crying. So that's a bit of the mountain theme. And I did this hike to a waterfall, and I was just feeling really down, and I just started singing this song about the mountains, trying to bring myself back up, And when I was walking, I just started recording it with my phone, Otra vez voy a subir a la montaña, and just and then I got home and I put some music to it, and yeah, it's about that, It's about me being the mountain, I guess, to overcome, and yeah.
And how is that process? Would you say the process usually works the same for you? How you find that inspiration in the moment where you are, the moment where you are mentally and physically, but where you are actually, location-wise as well? Do you feel like a lot of that inspiration comes depending on where you are? That song will come out as well.
Yeah, definitely the place. The place is a harmony, right? Like everything is music, and places are music, and the mountain is a very introspective place. So I feel like it has that intimate, grounding feeling. And then if you're by the sea, like it's different. Like, yeah, I wrote Paradise, another song, when I was by the sea, so that's a different feeling. It's more flowy, it's more wavy and vibey, and I don't know, it's just more, it's lighter, I guess. And yeah, every place has their own harmony, and I guess the emotion for me is music is an emotion. So the song represents that emotion. The sound is the sound of an emotion, or many. So I feel like that one is a bit of a heartbreak mountain sorrow, like if that makes sense.
It has that vibe for sure.
Yeah. That's where it comes from. Yeah.
No, it is beautiful. And do you also find much, or if any, inspiration in other artists' music?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I listen to so much music in my life, and I'm always searching for more. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's inspired in any artist. I feel like you can probably hear some artists in there, but it's just the raw guitar and just a very simple song that's kind of like emotional, That's sort of the vibe. But I guess every artist is there in the way I put the lyrics together and the music, and inspiration comes from everywhere, right? Like even from nature. I feel like that is more inspired in nature than is inspired in other artists. And
your music,
that song,
and sure. And in general, your
maybe
music?
Yeah, my music is very linked to nature for me. But obviously, I got inspiration from a lot of musicians, right? Like, and artists in general, right? Because art is art. It's not just music. I don't think music is art. I think music is more like a language or like an expression. But the rest of the art forms can also provide that inspiration. People, feelings, anger, everything. Everything can be a song.
Like accept every emotion within you, and then try to use that as inspiration, right?
Yeah, and actually for me, it's like therapy, because I need to get myself out of a state, and so I write a song about it, and that's what I do, And when I see it in the piano, it's a vibe, It's a more chill vibe, and I'm more intimate maybe, and the guitar is more like, I don't know, externalizing maybe more than the piano. I don't know. It's just different for every emotion, I guess. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, no,
It makes sense in my head.
Yeah, and I also think it's important to let people know that it's a therapy, right? And tell people that they can use music as a therapy for themselves. Even if they're not that musically inclined, if they don't know how to play an instrument, they can still open their mouth and sing. And singing for you is a huge therapy too, right?
Yeah, actually, well, we went to a kirtan the other day, and the kirtan is like a music ceremony, right? Where you sing mantras to elevate everyone's vibration, and so people sing and move and whatever they need, or cry, and it's a release, right? And music is that, it's a release. Originally, music was medicine, and today music it's also a business, you know. So like, you can use it for whatever you want, you know, but music is medicine. It's a powerful medicine, maybe the most powerful of all, you know, because it's vibration and it's movement and it's language, and the word and the sound, they can create, you know, an environment for people to heal and to release. Some people like hear me sing some random song that's not even like a poetic song or anything, and sometimes they cry, you know, and I'm like, why are you crying? You know, but like it's a release. It's a space for people to release something that they don't even understand, you know. So music, I use music when I listen to music. Sometimes I'm, you know, it's sexy, vibey music. Sometimes it's angry music. Sometimes it's introspective music. Sometimes it's just mantras or just vibrations. Like last year, I would put just some vibrations to put myself to sleep, because I couldn't sleep because I was freaking out. So I would just listen to, you know, to certain frequencies, and it's just like, you know, like, but it's powerful. So when I put, you know, an emotional state into a song, I take it out of myself. It's exorcism, right? It's an emotional exorcism.
And it's like we say, to be on a higher frequency, right? Like if you can bring your body to a higher frequency, then your mind will be as well, and you know, your spirit will be as well, and you know, you feel better just from that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, music has that for, you know, and different genres, you know, for different people, you know, it has that effect in different ways, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been a big fan of heavy metal all my life, and
I can say that I have.
yeah, but again, it was the same for me. Like that was still soothing, funnily enough, even though it's like fast, heavy, screaming music. Like for me, it had that. I reached that higher frequency, right? Like it allowed me to feel more free inside, even though it seems to others to be, you know, crazy, fast, brutal music.
Yeah.
To me, it was soothing.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I guess for people that played it, and you played it too, right? Like, it's a release. You take that anger out of your body because you get to put it in music, right? Like,
and I wouldn't even say that anger isn't the only emotion linked to heavy metal. I mean, it sounds like angry music.
No, it's deep. It's
deep and it's meaningful. It's melodic. It's sorrow. It's melodic. It's deep. It's, you know, a lot of bands are politically driven. A lot of bands are you know, like to tell stories. You know, you listen to people like Ronnie James Dio, and he talks about, you know, castles and monsters and demons and slaying
almost
demons with swords. You know,
right?
it's mythological. It's very fantasy. You know, so there's also a lot of storytelling. You know, deeper storytelling, because I feel like heavy metal gives you the opportunity to tell different stories and deeper stories, whereas, say, you know, pop music generally, you know, no one sings about slaying dragons, you know, in pop music, right? And why not? They should
just sing
about,
you know? Why did you leave me and things like that.
Yeah, it's all about love, right?
It's all about love.
But I think that's, music can be about any topic you like, and it can still have that effect, right?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I mean, you can use it for whatever you want, you know, if you want. That's the thing. Sometimes I'm feeling like, you know, if you feel like sexy chords, you're just like, you know, you know, and then it's like, or you can go for, you know, you can go for minors, you can go for different sounds, and it's just a different vibe, and you put yourself in that vibe. Like for me, it's creating the vibe, you know, like creating an emotional state to be in that flow. And then I feel that I get myself in an emotion. Sometimes I take myself out of a state, and sometimes I put myself in a state, you know. So it's very powerful.
Well, would you like to put us in a state? And
I can put you in a state, yeah. on our stuff. Govern my mind like a tyrant. No phantoms allowed. Will you be new when you meet me? No, I will smile back here in the same rocky mountains we walked in the past. Carry my love like a diamond, I'm lighting your path. There is a truth deep inside us, no one can fight back. Will you be new when you meet me? No, I will smile back here in the same rocky mountains we walked in the past.
Tell us about that song.
This song, I wrote it before coming to New Zealand, actually. It just kind of came to me. With my guitar, I was actually playing with the guitar and then I like, well, but this is a piano song. So I just played it on the piano and it just sounds more like a mountain. And it's about the mountains, so it's all about the mountains.
and here we are, literally in the mountains, as you can see behind. We're actually on the Remarkables. Would you believe it? And you're wearing the Remarkables hat.
This is so my brand.
This is a Rocky Mountains theme, right?
It is, right? Yeah, it is. Actually, that's the title that I thought for the song. Yeah, I don't know if I'll keep that, but that was the original title. So. Mountains.
You could even name it The Remarkables or Remarkable.
That makes sense.
That could be a good name for the song.
It's
right?
funny because I thought Rocky Mountains, and then I came here, and the Remarkables are my favorite mountains here, and it's just a block of rock. It works. So.
It is a block of rock. Yeah, it's incredible. The Remarkables. If you ever get a chance to come to New Zealand, go to Queenstown and just sit and stare at this beautiful mountain that we're currently on, the Remarkables.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Well, welcome. Thank you for that beautiful introduction.
Yeah.
Would you like to...
It was a bit challenging to play here, but I got there in the end. I'm balancing this on my legs.
Got some space, Tell us about your upbringing and sort of like why music is so important to you, what it means to you, and, the relation between that and your past.
My relationship with music is a monogamous long-term relationship. No, it's actually polyamorous, right? Because you play with different people, that would be polyamorous.
That's right.
I've always played music. I guess, well, my parents are musicians, and we always had music in the house, and they were always playing. And my mom was playing when she was pregnant, and then she had to stop to actually bring me to this world. And so then she just kept doing it after that.
So you were born literally into the music.
In the womb, like I was listening to my parents singing. So It's pretty symbolic of the absorbing the vibrations of the music, since before I came to the world. So yeah, and I mean there was always music in the house, and that was kind of the main thing. Also like growing up in the mountains in Patagonia is like there's not much to do and it just rains, so you're just in the home, you're just at home playing music or doing, entertaining yourself. So music was one of the main things. And I used to like play with my parents, and when they were playing, I would like sing with them and just learn those songs. And then at some point I told my dad that I wanted to learn how to play guitar, so he got me a teacher. And I did a couple of years of playing guitar and just started playing, making up songs and like trying to play songs that I would listen to, because there was no Wi-Fi back then, so like you had to actually try to find the chords, like by listening. So playing a lot by ear, and most of the times I don't really know what I'm playing. It just sort of sounds like something,
Great training, right? I mean, having all those hours of listening to music and trying to replicate it, and connecting with the notes and the tunes, and then it comes out naturally as you play, right? Like,
yeah,
I feel like my journey with music was very different. I did have internet as a teenager. And
because you're younger than me.
Yeah, well, a year younger. I mean, I think it's because I'm from a more advanced civilization.
Country. Let's not get into that.
No. But yeah, I would print tabs off tablature, so I had like sheets and sheets of tabs, and then I'd be able to listen to the music and, play it, but play it with the notes and play it with the tabs and play it with the chords. So I never really trained my ear quite like that, to be able to play along and just hear a G, hear a C note, like know that it's a C.
Yeah.
Like I never really got that, and I think real artists and real musicians, they grow up and they learn the sounds and they connect with the sounds and they know that it's a C, and then they sing the C and they play the C and they play the D and they play, it all comes out naturally. And it's not so much someone telling you what note to play, is you know what note to play. Right?
I used to practice a lot, just starting to sing a song in the correct key, and just trying to get the right key by just imagining it, right? And when I got it, I was like, yes, it was like a satisfying thing, trying to guess the key.
And you're not the only musical one in your family. So your parents, but also...
No, I'm not that original, actually. Everybody plays music. So yeah, I guess if I became a lawyer, I'd be original. But yeah, everybody plays music. My brothers are musicians. My sisters sing and play too. So everybody plays. And we had a siblings band once, and we played a couple of gigs. That was fun when I was in my 20s.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's good fun. And I guess you just get better and better. When you're in a band, you tend to get a lot better as a musician as well, right? Because you bounce off other musicians.
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't been in bands too much because I've been very inconsistent with it. I would just get fed up and just play by myself, So I'm a pretty lonely musician. So yeah, I guess now I'm more open to like play with other people and that sort of stuff.
It's easy to feel like you're the only one that knows your own music, right?
I guess because it's so personal, and I just get in my own bio and it's just sort of like a mantric journey. So it annoys me if there's other people, But I also like, I love sharing music. I love jamming. I love sharing music with other people. It's also a thing that I do for myself, almost like a meditation, just like in the zone.
Yeah. And also just touching on your past, you said you've been in bands with your family, but what else have you done musically? What else did you learn growing up?
Well, I was in a choir for many years in Buenos Aires. And that was an amazing experience because you have to be so precise with the notes that you sing, and you don't get to just like make it pop, like the director would say like, don't pop it, as in like, don't make it pop. And because it's not like, ooh, it's not about you showing off. It's not about anybody being louder or coming up like better, but like it's about the overall sound, so it's like collective sound, and is exactly what you need to sing and in the right way, and just go from one note to another, like, you know, without, you know. So that was an amazing training. And also because we will sing in different languages, like German and French and Italian, which I can't really speak, but we would learn the phonetics and stuff.
Yeah, that helps a lot, right? When you have the phonetics as well.
Yeah, and also because of the melodies that I would sing being mezzo, like you sing difficult melodies, and you have to kind of get some high notes and some low notes. So yeah, it's a good training in terms of like the harmonies that you do, you know.
Yeah, being able to
listening to other
scale,
people while you sing, you know, a precise note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Training your ears, training your vocals at the same time, and matching those notes and being in the correct key, and very
and then
important.
I had moments. I had a few bands with friends and stuff, but like I always abandoned them, you know, like I would just abandon them at some point. Like, I don't know. Maybe
get
I wasn't
bored, or you get bored of being in bands, or you think maybe they didn't challenge you enough musically.
I think I wanted to sing, but I didn't connect maybe with the music enough, or like I wasn't playing my own music. I was, you know, I don't know, maybe just trying to fit in musically, and I didn't feel like it was, you know, I wasn't interested in just going, I don't know, I'm playing at bars and stuff and just singing, I don't know, covers, like, so I didn't really do it consistently.
Yeah. Your heart was more in your own music, right? Like, you wanted to play your music. You wanted it to be about what you felt with the music. Playing other people's songs. To be honest,
like rehearsing like every Thursday or whatever. I'm like, it's Thursday and I don't feel like seeing anyone and I have to go. You know, like I couldn't deal with that. You know, with myself.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't. You couldn't stick to the structure.
No.
Yeah. Because for you, music isn't structured, right? Music's free. Music's, you know, it flows. You know, I've seen you just pick up a guitar and just play for hours and hours and hours. Could even be the same song, but it never ends, right?
Until somebody asks me to shut up.
Yeah, and it's a mantra for you, and it's almost quite it's a spiritual journey playing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not structured. We play from 8 to 5. You know, we play from
that's
a long time, but you know, you play from 1 hour to the next, and it has to be structured like that. I feel like you can be more free musically when there is no essence of, you know, pressure all that time.
Yeah. I do feel like now I'm trying to be more, well, you're obviously helping me with that, being more disciplined with it, you know, and actually playing and recording and, you know, just being more disciplined so I get somewhere with it, you know, because otherwise I'm just vibing at home and like, you know, I mean.
Yeah, music takes work too, you know, so it is work.
Yeah, it is
right?
work. So I'm not used to take it as work, I guess. That's something I'm learning now.
Changing mentality. Well, let's get to work and let's play the next song. I'll put you to work.
Try not to lose your fire. Hold on to what you've got. Try not to lose your fire. You hold on to what you've got. Oh, the secrets that you keep, haunting you in your sleep. Oh, the answers that you see, coming from within you. Hold on Try not to lose your fire. Hold on to what you've got. Try not to lose your fire. You hold on to what you've got. Hold on to what you've got. Hold on. Ooh, hold on. Da, da, da. Hold on to what you've got. You hold on. Hold on. Hold on to what you've got. All the secrets that you keep haunting you in your sleep. All the answers that you see coming from within. Hold on, hold on to what you got. You hold on, hold on what you
Beautiful.
I hope I didn't kick your mic with it.
No, it's okay. Well, we definitely felt something there. That's for sure. It invokes lots of. Oh, fucking sorry. I've got this seatbelt in my ass.
The what?
I've got the seatbelt in my ass. I'm just trying to stay out of the camera.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not enjoying it. It hurts.
Pon ese sombrero.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I just had some ass problems.
Has problems. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, that definitely evoked lots of emotions, in yourself, but also I'm sure in everyone that's watching now.
Yeah, it's called Fire, and it's I guess I wrote it when I was feeling like I was losing my spark, and just sort of feeling off, apagada, So I guess he was just trying to tune into that, into the fire, and when you just get in your routine and you're going to work and you get home and you feel drained and you don't feel like you have that fire within you anymore. That's kind of the feeling that I'm invoking,
And do you think that, obviously we spoke about how music can affect your mood, but what else do you think people can do to try and find that fire?
Well, Kundalini awakenings.
Okay, deep. Yeah, let's go. We'll go straight for that. Don't just go for a run, guys. Kundalini is what you want.
It's not the gym, guys. It's Kundalini. No, I mean, I've been for the past few years. I've been traveling and kind of on a healing journey and finding myself, finding my path, and tuning into that, into passion, into feeling alive again, feeling my spark again, feeling, because we're numb, because we are overstimulated and we consume so much and we have fast food sex and and we talk about this a lot, right? And we have empty relationships. We don't talk about anything deep. We go to work, we do meaningless work, meaningless jobs, meaningless conversations, meaningless relationships, meaningless sex, trash food, and we go from place to place without feeling anything. And the more we do, the less we feel, It's like almost like, I don't know, it's just like a weird masturbation, mass masturbation, and we don't we don't get anywhere with that, Nobody feels anything anymore, no matter how many people you fuck, Like,
wow, yeah,
no matter
true,
how
right?
much you eat, no matter how much sugar you eat, no matter how much you drink, how much you put up your nose, you'll never be satisfied, because you're just doing too much. And my healing journey has been tuning into less, less is more. And the less, the more I found peace, the more I gave myself that silence, the more I started tuning into this subtle field of energy and being able to feel, being able to eat a mango and feel like it's a sensual experience, and I'm having the best time. And it feels like almost like sex, and it's like this energetic orgasm, I guess, of living, pleasure, the pleasure of the senses. And if you numb your senses, if you eat trash food, if you are over exhausted because you work too much, or you even work out too much, or you have too much sex with too many people, these energy exchanges that just fill you with too much, and the too muchness of it all makes you unable to feel.
So actually adding those things puts out the fire, right?
Exactly, because then you can't feel, you're just numb. You're just like a zombie, like, and you see it in people's faces, I feel like I see it in my face when I see pictures of the past a few years ago, and I'm like, and technically I look the same, but I don't, you can see in my eyes that something is different in my energy, something in my face is different. And I can't say that my face has changed that much, but it has,
That spark wasn't there.
It wasn't there. And I was, I was traveling and experiencing and saying kind of yes to life, just like Jim Carrey, yes to life,
Yes, man. Yeah.
Trying new things and doing new things and being open to new connections, to new relationships, to new ways of talking to people, new ways of relating to people. And that opened, that fire in me. It was a practice. It wasn't like, overnight. It was like tuning into that fire, and it's a constant, you have to keep putting wood into the fire, right? Like, it's not like you just leave it there and it'll burn forever. It's the eternal fire will not always be burning. You have to feed it, And,
That's right.
And you don't feed it, trash food. You don't feed trash TV and trash food to your fire. You feed good food, good relationships, nature, all the good stuff, music, and that lights your fire.
That healthy awareness, right?
Yeah. Surrounding yourself by the right people, the right energies, positive people that are responsible for themselves and their own emotions instead of blaming the world for them. And for me, surrounding myself with those people got me out of that negative state, of being like, oh my God, I'm a victim of this world and everything's horrible and everyone's horrible. And, like it like shift my perception to being aware of myself and realizing that negativity is something I do to myself too. Yeah. And I can do the opposite, right? As above, so below.
That's right. And bringing it back to music as well, it is the same idea, but with the consumption of music, right? So, you like to listen to a variety of music. You don't just listen to one genre. You mix it up. You listen to lots of different genres, lots of different types of musicians, types of singers, types of voices, types of tunes. And all of that also is a healthy awareness of, you can consume a variety of things, and that can also bring you more. That can bring more fire, right? Instead of just saying, I listen to this music, I listen to this genre, that's all I listen to, and I don't listen to anything else. Essentially you're consistently consuming the same thing. It's similar to consuming trash food. You
Yeah.
know, you know.
And I mean, I guess anything that you consume will get you a result, right? But only that result. So the more diverse, stuff you consume, I guess, or whatever that is, in whatever form, the better, right? The more people you talk to, the more places you go, the more cultures you experience, the more music you listen to, the more fruit you taste. I don't know, like you'll just get more of the experience, right? Because there's so much to experience, and we are, so afraid to experience new things. So afraid of like not being in control of what if I do this, if I talk to this person, if I travel there, what's going to happen to me, And I heard people talking about, plant medicine like that, what if I do ayahuasca and then it changes me? So what?
So what? Like, maybe
Change,
that's a
like
good
what's
thing,
wrong
yeah.
with that?
Change is a good thing,
Don't be
right?
so attached to who you are, like change is always good. It's always good, and I guess I've been trying to not be afraid of change, and that fueled my fire,
Yeah, your personality is your personal reality, right? As our good friend Jodie Spencer said. Now, that literally means that, right? The things that you surround yourself, the personality that you come up with for yourself, your identity, is the reality that's around you.
Yeah. Massively.
So by having a more of a variety of those things, it's expansive. Right?
There's more of you. Yeah.
There's more of you. It's expansive. Your reality is expanded.
Yeah.
That's why traveling and listening to all different types of music and eating all different foods around the world, is so expansive and it changes you from within.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
There's a big difference between someone, born in a town, grows up in a town, lives there all their life, and eats at the same restaurant every week, to someone that has traveled the world. In any way they could be, you can do it for cheap, guys.
Oh, yeah, man.
You can get out of your country and be anywhere in the world and you can survive, and you will enjoy it.
And actually expand.
Expand and change. You know?
And I made friends from so many places, like traveling, meeting people from different countries that I haven't even visited, like travelers and it's just crazy. You don't need to move that much or that far to get out of your state,
No.
You can just be open, just being open, even in your hometown, just being open to new things, And of course, I had to leave my town because it was like a 10,000 people town, and that's like, at some point, you can only get enough of that, But it's definitely helped, and like, because like you say, then you develop a personality and you get attached to it and you're like, this is who I am. This town is who I am. This pub that I go to every Friday is who I am. These clothes that I wear, this music that I listen to, my family. But we are way more than that,
We can be.
We can be.
We can
be if we want to, Personality can be cured, like
if you
don't be so attached to it.
If you don't resist the change. And this is the issue, isn't it? That people resist the change because they're afraid of doing something different, of doing something, going to a different restaurant, of living in a different town.
What if I don't like the food? But what if you love it? What
That's
if it becomes your new favorite food?
Afraid of the what ifs, right?
Yeah.
And you should enjoy the what ifs.
It
should be what if I love the food?
It's kind of like being a child again. I think Picasso is the one that said he was trying to paint like a child, right? And because children don't think about how cool their paintings are going to be, they just go for it, It's like purely authentic expression, right? And that's how I feel we need to become like children again, free and just experiencing and experimenting with things and trying and not being afraid of, of course you need the awareness of like not jumping off the cliff, but like, getting both, getting the awareness of an adult, but the playfulness of a child, right?
Childlike innocence. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you like to take us to some childhood innocence with the next tune?
Yeah.
Tripping over nothing over you. Now I've got a heart full of roses, reaching heights and not enjoying the view. Can't forgive your heart, it's a nightmare. 'cause now I've got a heart full of roses.
Beautiful.
Gracias.
Roses, roses, roses.
Roses,
Beautiful
roses,
song.
roses,
I love
roses for everyone.
it. Beautiful song.
Thank you.
Amazing. So you mentioned earlier on about music is medicine and also plant medicine, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit about the connection between those two things. You know, how you think plant medicine and music are connected, and why that's such a strong union of things.
Well, I think what shift my perception of music being medicine is actually mushrooms, psilocybin. So, you know, I had a mushroom trip where I started playing music, you know, because I think I spoke, I said a word or something, and I heard like the sound of the word, you know, not just hearing myself and me saying the word, but I heard like the cosmic sound of the word, you know. And it was like almost like hearing the vibration of the word, you know. And so I started like, you know, kind of humming, and then I grabbed the guitar and I played, you know, this something, and I was like, whoa, you know, like it was like this perception of like I never saw music this way, and it was just almost like a lullaby for myself, you know. It's just kind of like, you know. And I realized that music was medicine, you know. And I remember, well, I spent some time in Mexico in this little town called Mazunte, very magical town, and highly recommended to visit, because it's just pure magic, you know. It's full of magos and magas of the earth, you know.
That's
and
wizards
it's very,
and
yeah,
witches for those who don't speak Spanish.
yeah, like hermagos and hermagas, as in brothers and sisters, you know. And there's this powerful energy, and there's a lot of like chanting, you know, people by the beach, all the hippies chanting together and playing music together, and everybody's invited, you know. And for me, I was always very, very kept to myself with music, and I feel like in my travels, I started opening this perception and also this awareness of sharing the music and how music is not yours, you know. And there's almost like a duty as a musician or as a person that plays music, you know, like to share that and to give that. And because it's so healing, and because when you hear other people playing and you get that and you receive that, is a presence, you know. And so it's nice to do the same. And yeah, I guess I just started perceiving music differently. You know, I remember I had this episode when I took a shower, and it was this, you know, the shower spots usually have this echo. And and I love singing in the shower. I'm a shower singer because it sounds so cool, you know. Right. And I started like singing, almost like channeling, you know, this like Eastern melody, you know. And it was like remembering the song and how that song have always been playing, you know. And
so some connection to your ancestry, you think?
Yeah. Definitely. It's hard to explain, you know, but like, and yeah, it was just like almost like channeling this song. And I like, it's not even me singing this song. It's not even my song. You know, it's not even about what I write or not write, you know. It's like you are a channel, you're a vessel, because you are an open channel for that energy to flow through, right? And this might sound a bit trippy, but that's how I perceive it. It's an energy that you channel, you know, just like somebody that does Reiki or yoga, they embody a certain energy, you know. And music is the same. You embody that energy, and people feel that energy because you feel the music. And you feel the music because you get to be an open channel to that, you know. And you can obviously learn how to play music and the technicality of it, but like the channeling is is a deeper connection with the music, is very powerful.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
And I also had a plant medicine experience last year when I got stuck in Patagonia, and obviously I found that grounding because I was losing my mind, and I was like, I prepared myself for this ayahuasca ceremony, and that was the first time I did it. And the music, they played music through the entire ceremony, and the music was the portal, so it was like the trip was the portal of music being always open, and the music has always been playing and will always be playing. And everything that you see, all the energy in your body, memories, family, situations, you just see them as these little balls, and almost like the Pokemon balls, just these bubbles of like situations or people or whatever, and they come and go, and they come and go, and they come and go, and the music is what allows that flow to exist, because music is, is the first language, is the first form of life, is movement. Music is movement because it's vibration, right? So there's nothing more ancestral and rooting and grounding than music, Nothing that I can think of that
so
represents
true.
that,
Yeah, before anyone ever spoke a word, the earth was rumbling, the earth was making, vibrational noises, was making music.
And my dad always tells me I was singing before I could speak, I would be like, as a baby or whatever, and he'll try to catch me with the camera, and it's so funny because it's so natural, and there's many people our age or whatever that they're like, no, I can't sing, so they don't sing. But singing is not something, that you should do because you sing well or whatever, you should sing because it's necessary to sing, because it's healing. Singing feels good, releasing your voice, your expression, right?
It's a medicine.
It's medicine, yeah. So chanting, kirtans and whatever, singing in the shower, it's so good for everybody, Everybody should do it. If you see, it's very natural for children to be singing, but adults don't sing, Even if everybody else is singing, they'll be like,
Ashamed,
yeah.
Yeah, so it's important to connect, right? To connect to that music within.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can use plant medicine to activate that within yourself too. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I think we need to strengthen that connection, between that plant medicine and our lives. I think as well. A lot of people are afraid to use it or afraid to step into to trying something like that. Just because of fear of hearsay,
of
what
stigma around it,
and
like socially, what's accepted is that we smoke cigarettes and we vape and we drink and we fuck around and we watch porn, right? And that's cool, and we are all cool because
that's allowed.
We do that. That's allowed. That's the cool thing, socially accepted thing to do. But then if not, you're just a hippie that just smokes weed all the time, But it's like, it's not about getting high, For me, like, getting high is fun, but that's not what I do, For me, it's like tuning into the energy of a master plant, That's how they're called, a master plant. And every plant has a spirit, Like cannabis is a spirit, and like ayahuasca is a spirit, and peyote is a spirit, iboga is a spirit, and mushrooms are spirits, And you tune into that, and it's different. And you don't just mix them all and get drunk and go out partying, You can do that and maybe have a bad experience or a fun experience, but like most of the times I find that people have a lot of prejudice about it and they don't know much about it, And they just repeat what they heard from somebody that also don't know anything about it.
That's right.
Like, so I feel like it's good to be open-minded, and I didn't do all these things by just hearing about them on TV. I researched and I asked the right people, and I asked people that knew about it, and I investigated, and I don't just put anything in my body, like I care about my life and about my health. So like I'm not a druggie, And I think it's important for people not to have that kind of assumption because plant medicine is very powerful. And I know a lot of people that healed from, heavy trauma and like some fucked up diseases with plant medicine, So it's not magical, and you have to do the inner work, but it can be a powerful source of light for you to know where to go to, for you to know, to see what you need to see, and then go there.
That's
in your
right.
daily life, right?
And even microdosing, is something that you can implement and you can add to your diet, let's say, and it could have a lasting effect. A minimal effect on you every day, but an effect that has a positive impact on your life in the long term. And if some people were open to that, it could drastically change their life just through one small change.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't have to be, swallow 5 grams of mushrooms and have a crazy trip and see colors around. That's enlightening and opening in one way. But then if you want long lasting change as well, especially with mushrooms, microdosing is something that's proven and tested to have worked for thousands of people. So it's definitely something that we recommend, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know so many people, myself and so many other people, that got way better after that. Definitely myself, I feel lighter, I have clarity, I know who I am, I know what's mine and what's not mine, I know what sort of trauma I got from anywhere, and I could, and I can work on that to know that it's not mine, and I can know who I am and what I want, what belongs to me, and what to do and how to do it. And that clarity, plant medicine has been a big ally in that. So
I'm gonna take these mushrooms now. This is pancake mix.
I was feeling like pancakes, and I got it at Woolies.
I'll take 5 grams of mushrooms now, and you can take us on a trip if you would.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah.
to feel everything on earth. Wanted to feel everything on earth. Wanted to feel everything on earth, so I came to the sea. Wanted to sing everybody's song. Wanted to sing everybody's song. Wanted to sing everybody's song, so I came to the sea. Wanted to burn all the pain away. Wanted to burn all the pain away. Wanted to burn all the pain away, so I came to the sea. Paradise, paradise, paradise will always be hell. Paradise, paradise, paradise will still be hell. River man, wash away the pain. River man, wash away the pain. River man, wash away the pain. Well, then there is no pain. Fireman, wash away the rain. Fireman, wash away the rain. Fireman, wash away the rain. Well, then there is no rain. Mother, heal everybody's soul. Mother, heal everybody's soul. Mother, heal everybody's there is no pain. Paradise, paradise, ba 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 ba, paradise will always be there. Paradise, ba 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 ba, paradise, da 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 da, paradise will still be there.
That one's very mantra-esque, right?
It's very hard to sing. I need a lot of air. I'm kind of tight in here, but I did my best.
It was great. It was amazing. But yeah, you spoke about that song earlier. You wrote that, as you said, on a beach somewhere.
Yeah. I was at this beautiful beach in this place in Mazunte, in Mexico, in the Mexican Pacific, which is amazing. And again, finding myself, by the sea with my tits in the sun and feeling sexy and whatever, and just alone at this magnificent beach, and she's still feeling like almost the anger in my head, in my body, and feeling like why do I feel the same way as I felt 10 years ago? Like what is wrong? So that song is called Paradise, and that click in my head of like paradise and hell are a place in my head, and I need to tune into paradise, or I'll always be in hell, no matter how much of a paradise I have, in the landscape, right? So that's kind of the feeling, and it's very mantric, and I was seeing the waves coming and going, and I was just like, because they kind of do when they come and go.
Comes and goes, yeah.
And I felt like they were singing that, and yeah. So that's the feeling of that song, paradise and hell. And I still, it's nice to have that reminder for myself, because sometimes you still feel the hell in your head, and it's about tuning into paradise, to get yourself out of that state again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. You can, if you're depressed, then you could be anywhere in the world, right?
Depression follows you around.
That's right.
Your problems follow you around. So really, traveling is a beautiful way of realizing that, you change the landscape, change people, change jobs, change places, and change the color of your hair, and you still feel the same,
Yeah, that's what we always say. I always say it doesn't matter where you are, it's how you are.
Yeah.
And really that's true. I think we've both lived that,
Yeah,
no
definitely.
matter if you're in beautiful places, you could still, if something's bothering you, if there's something wrong, then there's something wrong. you know.
Yeah.
And then the mission then is to dig deeper and explore, you know, what's wrong.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
To
try
tune into
to
yourself,
heal.
right? Like, yeah.
Try to heal through tuning into yourself, you
Yeah.
know, working through your traumas, you know, having that awareness to realize what is wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
because this beach isn't wrong.
No.
You know?
No.
There's nothing wrong
And it's
with
like,
the
you
beach.
know,
right?
sometimes it's so absurd, you know, you find yourself in a 5-star hotel or whatever, you know, by the beach, and you're angry, you know, like, what's wrong with that, you know? And I've seen that in other people, and I've seen it in myself, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to feel that ungrateful and dumb, really, you know, because I feel like that's what it is, you know. I feel dumb when I'm just so ungrateful, and I'm like, I'm just a spoiled little bitch, you know, just complaining about things, and I should be more grateful, you know, because it comes down to gratitude, right? Like, and sometimes I tell myself that, you know, just be grateful. You know?
Yeah, gratitude is so powerful, right? Because it can take you out of that anger, because all of a sudden you look around you, you have that awareness of where you are and how you got there, and you feel grateful for that too.
You can
know?
easily fall back into, you know, complaining and negativity and just take your things for granted until you lose them, and then you're like, oh, but I wanted that. Well, you should appreciate it while you have it, you know, because then it's gone, right? Like,
yeah, you don't know what you've got till it's gone, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, if you appreciate it more and you are more grateful, it's such an easy trick to all of a sudden feel better about the situation you're in or where you are, you know, just fall into gratitude. And you're out of any sort of, you know, mental struggles that you're going through, because you're filled with this sense of like, I'm so glad and grateful to be where I am, and I'm not where I was, that you can come out and pull yourself out of that state of mind, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's like falling in love with life again, you know, like lighting the spark again, being grateful, being open, connecting, you know, with what's around you, people, places, and being like, you know, appreciating things. Yeah, feeling the pleasure, tuning into pleasure, you know.
That's right. And music is such a portal for that, right?
Yeah. It is the ultimate portal to enlightenment.
To enlightenment. If only everyone saw it the way you saw it, then, you know, maybe.
Well, but you know, you get it. You
us.
know, you get it by people. Everybody. That's the thing about music. There's not a single person in the world that doesn't like music. You know, any kind of music. I feel like I haven't met anyone. I've met a lot of people, and I haven't met a person that says I don't like music. You know, and I maybe you like silence. I like silence too. You know, but people that don't listen to any kind of music at all, like, that's hard to find. You know, because music is powerful. You know, so everybody has a song that they listen to when they're down, or that they listen to feel something. You know, like, it's just everybody's tool. You know, we should use it to heal ourselves. Instead of listening to trash music, you know, because there's a lot of that, and it's funny.
When she says trash, she doesn't mean thrash metal, which is good. She means trash as in pop
that's actually
music.
a thing. I didn't know that was a thing.
The Spanish call it trash metal.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's actually thrash. They can't say the H,
Oh.
so they actually say trash. You know, trash metal. But it's thrash metal.
That's so funny.
But you're referring more to sort of pop music and
well, not necessarily pop. Like, I love pop songs, you know, like, but it's not necessarily pop itself, but it's lyrics, you
generic,
know, like, and
soulless.
There's
soulless
also,
lyrics,
you know,
soulless songs. Yeah.
There's also a lot of auto-tune, you know, and things like that make it sound, you know, kind of, and, you know, reggaeton, like, it's a great rhythm, but at the same time, if it's all like, you know, like, enough, like, you know, it's you need more. You need more of a message. You need more of channeling through music, and I feel like music can be very damaging. You know, I used to listen to a lot of music that I don't listen to anymore. I'm not gonna say names, but it's not even about that music being bad. You know, it's amazing music. It's beautiful music, but the lyrics and the vibrations of this music are very down. You know, very depressive and introspective, way too down, and it brings you down, you know. And I used to listen to a lot of that when I was depressed. No wonder I would identify myself with that, you know, but I don't listen to that anymore. And it's funny, I spent on this healing journey in the past few years, I actually didn't listen to a lot of music, you know, I barely listen to any music, and mainly medicine music and chanting and mantras and things like that. Like
You played music.
Yeah, I played more than I listened to. Yeah, for sure.
You're tuning into your own frequency, not someone else's, right?
Yeah.
I guess you need to get to that point too, because then that it's all within you.
That you are the
that
music.
You are the healing, right? Because then you channel into your own frequency and you heal from that. You don't need anything or anyone else.
Yeah, it's
right?
true. I guess, that makes sense. I hadn't thought about it like that. But if I think about my journey with music, is grabbing that sound from everywhere and then finding my own, right? Because now it's my own sound. And it's like, I have a friend that used to say, every song is the same song, because it's like you could say that everybody copied their songs from something else, or from someone else, right? If you really listen to songs and you grab little bits, there's a bit of the Beatles, there's a bit of Stevie Wonder, there's a bit of like whatever, and everybody heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then they create something new, right? It's creation.
Yeah.
You create, and then you create a creation that's made out of other creations that other people created, so
That's
it's
right.
the infinity of creation. In music you can definitely see that,
in music, I guess more pop music, people always say that the Beatles already wrote every song. They wrote every song already.
I heard that many times. My dad says that a lot.
Yeah. And I like to say that about Black Sabbath,
Okay.
I think Black Sabbath wrote every riff, and then everyone else just did a different variation of the riff they wrote that Tony Iommi wrote, So it's the same.
My
same
uncle
but
says
different,
he's a piano player, and he says that after Bach, like nobody created anything new, So everybody has their own guru, whatever. You could say Bach created like the inter-harmonizing ways, like. I guess, music is music, but again, it's whatever you create from something else that already has been created, So
Bach came up with a demonic fifth that we were talking about the other day, which is
the sinful one.
The sinful chord, which was then used in heavy metal,
Yeah.
The power chord, right?
So see, you guys stole it from Bach then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it all goes back to that. Yeah, for sure.
Goes back.
Good one. All right, we shall end there. Thank you.
We shall shut up now.
We shall. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Well done, babe. And so, Catty, babe.
It's been a pleasure.
She's my wife.
So, tune in and connect.
Tune in. Where can people find your music?
You can find me on Instagram as cata.tunedin. Quickly before I change the name, because I'll probably change it.
Yeah.
I'll never be happy with it. And, what else? Well, I'm going to be playing at Wellfest in Queenstown here in New Zealand. So very excited about that. And also Spotify is Cata. You can find me there.
You can listen to Paradise, which is on there, and that's the fully
vibey,
fully produced version of that song, which is very vibey.
Yeah, it took me a long time to put together, so listen to it.
Listen and enjoy. Very good.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done. Right. Goodbye.
Bye.